This is Eagle Al, and today we'll be talking about Devin White and why is he going unnoticed by the fans and the Eagles. Also, we got to talk about Justin Simmons. Yes, people are saying it makes sense for him to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. And lastly, LeSean McCoy defending Jalen Hurts, and he believes he will bounce back. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. So let's just get straight into the topics. Let's talk about Devin White. Devin White, a lot of experts are calling him an underrated signing by the Philadelphia Eagles, but a lot of fans and the media or Philly media per se is like, okay, he's the best linebacker on that team, but he's not no home run hitter. But this is what Bucky Brooks had to say about Devin White. Said the most underrated signing on their defense is Devin White. Speaking of the Eagles, of course, said, yeah, no one has talked about Devin White. Like, I don't know if we've forgotten about this dude 2 years ago. We talked about him being one of the best at his position, Bucky Brooks, on Move the Sticks podcast. Now, as I agree with that, but we have to be realistic. You always update your resume in the NFL or in sports in general. Like, for example, a lot of people think Jalen Hurts fell off. Well, I'm like, just, 2 years ago, he was in the Super Bowl. Then last year, he took a broken team to the playoffs. I don't see the fall off, but people are saying Jalen Hurts fell off for whatever reason. In the NFL, you update your resume each and every year. And the past 2 years been underwhelming for Devin White. Now, it could have just been a simple, he was unhappy in Tampa, thought he was going to get his money, never got it. Now he got to play on a prove-it deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, and hopefully he get the contract he want. Devin White, I hope he work out. I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. If he work out, that means we are winning. We did a good signing. And I think this is the best time for him to, hit that next level. Yes, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a good defensive front, but so do the Eagles. The Eagles got a very great defensive front. We got an experienced defensive coordinator, and just the experience in a new town. Like, you get a breath of fresh air. You don't have to deal with the Tampa thing and what happened in Tampa. Now you get a fresh start. Show what you got. Show the skill sets you got, because now he's the guy. Devin White is the guy. We have nobody else. It's Devin White and everybody else. Now we hoping the Kobe Dean could do something. We hoping Trotter Jr. could do something. Somebody brought to my attention in the comments in my last video, I forgot to talk about over in Burks. He was pretty decent in San Francisco. So we will see. We will see what Devin White could bring. But is he going unnoticed? Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, he's going unnoticed. But again, that's something we will see. Got a chip on the shoulder, got a lot to prove, because Eagles literally gave him the reins, like, this is your team. Because we could have drafted a linebacker. We could have had the top linebacker in the draft, but we decided to get Cooper DeJean. We could have had Edgerrin Cooper, and he could have been the guy, and then it could have been Devin White. What the Eagles are saying is that we still believe in the Kobe Dean. Drafting Trotter Jr., they believe he will plan out and do his thing in the long haul, and Devin White, and they believe he's ready now. So the Eagles are looking at it like, we got our guys, while the fans are looking at it like, these guys are improving. So we will see what Devin White can bring. All right. Now I got to spin the block. For some reason, I always have to spin the block and talk about Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, as long as he's unsigned, he will forever be linked to the Eagles, because the Vic Fangio and some people, like, on the outside looking in, they still look at our safety room like, you might need another guy, because Sidney Brown's coming off the ACL. Don't know how he's going to be. I think he's going to be just fine. You got CJ Gardner-Johnson, who is proven, but the rest of the guys, Sidney Brown, you could say Cooper DeJean will be back there, Reed Blankenship. The rest of the guys are unproven. And if you add Justin Simmons, right now, he's probably better than those guys. But at the same time, I named Reed Blankenship, who is very young. Cooper DeJean is very young. Sidney Brown. All these dudes are young. And if a guy like Justin Simmons come in, that's somewhat telling us we don't believe those guys are ready. And those guys are going to lose playing time. It just is what it is. That's what's going to happen. The only way you bring in a guy like Justin Simmons, as long as he's on the board, to me, if an injury happened, I'm gonna keep going back to this. If we bring in like any big name free agent or whatever, to me, it should be another linebacker. I think it should be Calais Campbell. I'm not even sure what big linebacker name out there. I'm settling for bringing back Zach Cunningham for depth reasons. But if you're going to bring in a free agent, I like Calais Campbell. Maybe even trading for a linebacker. Maybe tight end two. Tight end two is a position we really sleeping on. I don't know why. I guess we're going more a wide receiver team. Like we prefer our wide outs to be really good, and then we can have an average tight end and be fine. I guess that's how they're looking at it. I'm not talking about Goddard. Of course, Goddard is a above average tight end, but I'm saying if something happened to Goddard, his history is telling us like Goddard is going to miss at least 4 to 5 games, and you want to establish guy to be there just in case that happens. Even though those have been freak injuries, a lot of people don't bring that up when they bring up Goddard injuries, that they've been freak injuries. But if that tends to happen again, you want to have another guy ready. But what we're saying is that, well, we could just bring in one of these bodies and really use our wide receivers. Hey, maybe that would work out for us. So the last thing on my mind is a safety. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like starting the season when we did have CJ Gardner-Johnson, sure. Now definitely like after the draft and we drafted 2 DBs and one can possibly play safety. I'm just good on it. I'm good on it. I mean, just lay back and let it play out. Let's see what happens. Let's see how training camp goes, how preseason go. Hell, if he's still on the board and we doing in the regular season and we see that maybe a Reed Blankenship is lacking, maybe a Cooper DeJean is not ready, then you should consider it. Because I don't think Sidney Brown is going to be ready week 1. If I'm being realistic, beginning of October. I think he missed the first 3 weeks. I think he'll do training camp really light. He'll be there, but you don't want to rush him back because he's still young. You don't want to re-injure anything because when Sidney Brown come back, he's going to be on full go, man. So the Justin Simmons thing again. Am I 100% on it? No, but I'm 50-50 on it. Like as of today, I'm just 50-50 on it. It's what it is. But let's talk about our guy, the leader of the team. Lastly, Jalen Hurts, and what a former leader had to say about him, LeSean McCoy.
Everything we know about Jalen Hurts is always getting better and getting better and getting better, right? He has that coach's son type of attitude, right? Which his dad was a coach, so you can see that. You look at his track record from college, right? Bounced around a little bit, but he got better every year, no matter if it was Alabama or if it was Oklahoma. The Eagles, right? First year, I mean, he didn't look that good. Got better. Last year had a down year. I expect him to bounce back. It's hard to not play up to his capabilities when you have that type of team. Good offensive line. You re-sign all your wide receivers. They're going to be there. And then you get a guy named Saquon Barkley. Sheesh. Right? Like, how do you just end up getting Saquon Barkley? So, asking all these things about will he bounce back? Yes, everything's in his favor. And then you add in a solid offensive coordinator, right? You don't have to worry about this off coordinator you're not really confident in. You don't have to have that problem no more. So, I just feel like Jalen Hurts, the guy that we do know, he gets better over time. And I'm waiting to see it. Because if we really want to give him that tag of being a top 10 quarterback, of being an elite guy, right? That everybody talks about. This is a year to show up.
Dang.
Because having one good year,
say that again.
I'm sorry, having one great elite year is not enough for me. And the stuff I seen in the Super Bowl run against the Chiefs, that's who Jalen Hurts is. I think he's healthy this year. I've been talking to all my people who's healthy. The chemistry's getting back solid like it used to be. I expect Jalen Hurts to be Jalen Hurts.
I agree with LeSean McCoy. He gets better and better and better. Last year, according to people, even LeSean McCoy feel like he fell off a little bit, but he will bounce back. I think it was more the system. And again, I always talk about the system thing because when we try to go in on a player or what a player did, we just bring up that player. But when you look at the full Philadelphia Eagles team last year, then we say like, oh, the coaching staff and this and that. So is it the coaching staff or is it the players? Again, if it was the coaching staffs to take a team to get 11 wins in a dysfunctional locker room, I'm not mad at it. And now you give him experienced guy, dudes that know how to do it. Jalen Hurts will be fine. Jalen Hurts will be okay. Cause I hear the chatter. Jalen Hurts, he's silent, like far as with the media, don't really talk much. But to me, he's one of those dudes that watches everything. He ain't gonna respond to everything, but he watches everything. So he hearing what the Adam Schefters are saying, and the last guy I played in my last video, the Emmanuel Iko, he hear these dudes, the James Jones, he hear all the critics. He's gonna respond. It's Jalen Hurts, man. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Okay, Jalen Hurts, will he bounce back? Or Eagle Owl's just too confident? Also, Justin Simmons and Devin White, will he bounce back? That should be the question. But this is Eagle Owl. I'm up.